Good morning, everyone, and thank you for choosing Breaking News, Market Analysis. Every day, our goal is to provide you with a thorough and knowledgeable analysis of the most relevant financial news to help you navigate the complex economic landscape. Let's begin our daily review. Financial News, August 11, 2023. In a volatile turn of events, European equities took a hit today, mirroring the downward trend in Asian markets. Apprehensions about local government debt in China coupled with hawkish comments from a U.S. central banker have cast a shadow over the trading arena, pushing traders towards a risk-off stance. The Stoxx 600 index faced a setback, dropping by 0.7%. U.S. equity futures experienced fluctuations, and Treasury yields saw a marginal decrease. Notably, the British pound surged to the forefront among G10 currencies, showing remarkable strength against the dollar, thanks to a surprise uptick in quarterly growth, the strongest in over a year. Adding to the market's fragility, San Francisco Reserve Bank President Mary Daly's cautionary remarks reverberated, overshadowing the broadly positive inflation data released just the previous day. Meanwhile, in China, efforts to manage local government debt came to the forefront, addressing a crucial concern for the nation's financial stability. Simultaneously, property developer Country Garden Holdings Company projected a substantial loss for the first half of this year, setting off alarm bells in the market. Richard Flax, Chief Investment Officer at European digital wealth manager MoneyFarm, commented on the situation, stating, "The issues we've seen with the Chinese property market is a little bit of a global reminder of the uncertainty around what can happen to stretched balance sheets." Reflecting on recent trends, Bank of America Corporation strategists observed a notable shift towards haven assets and away from stocks. Cash funds witnessed a remarkable influx of $20.5 billion, while investors allocated $6.9 billion into bonds in the week leading up to August 9. Interestingly, U.S. stocks saw their first outflow in 3 weeks, amounting to $1.6 billion. Moving to the currency front, the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index held steady following a rise on Thursday. The greenback is set to close the week with a 4-week winning streak, marking the longest such period since February. Concerns over the continuous depreciation of the Australian dollar have raised fears of potential inflationary pressures. Christopher Wong, FX strategist at Oversea Chinese Banking Corp., shared his insights, saying, "Our view that USD upside is likely limited still holds. The point of inflection could come when the market narrative shifts into trading more rate cuts. And it could be several months out, dependent on how data pans out." Amidst these developments, Australian, South Korean, and Chinese equity indexes all face declines. The Hang Seng Technology Index, in particular, experienced a notable drop of up to 2.7%. Notably, Alibaba Group Holding Limited emerged as the sole advancer, buoyed by surpassing revenue estimates in its recent quarterly results. However, it's not all smooth sailing for Chinese property developers, as Country Garden's downturns are steering an index of such developers towards its worst week since October. Today's market landscape is marked by heightened concerns surrounding China's debt situation and cautious sentiment stemming from remarks made by a U.S. central banker. As investors navigate these choppy waters, haven assets seem to be the preferred choice, temporarily overshadowing stock investments. The currency realm echoes this sentiment, with the US dollar maintaining its strong stance while the Australian dollar grapples with depreciation-related inflation anxieties. The decline in equity indexes across various regions underscores the current air of caution, exemplified by the noteworthy struggles of Chinese property developers. Here is what you need to know on Friday, August 11th. Pound sterling stays resilient against its major rivals early Friday after the data from the UK showed that the economy avoided stagnation in the second quarter. Following Wednesday's volatile action on US inflation data, the US dollar index holds steady as investors await Producer Price Index (PPI) figures for July. The US economic docket will also feature the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Survey for August. Gross domestic product (GDP) of the UK expanded 0.2% on a quarterly basis in the second quarter. Annualized GDP grew 0.4% in the same period, higher than the market expectation and the first quarter growth of 0.2%. Other data from the UK revealed that industrial production expanded by 1.8% on a monthly basis in June, compared to analysts' estimate of 0.1%, while manufacturing production grew by 2.4%. Following these upbeat readings, pound sterling to US dollar trades in positive territory slightly above 1.2700 in the European session. Before proceeding with our analysis, we would like to remind you that your support is very important to us. If you enjoy this video and find our content helpful and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. This helps us grow and provide you with even more quality content. Now, let's get back to the news on the financial markets and the latest updates. After the U.S. Annual Consumer Price Index, CPI, and core CPI data for July came in slightly below market expectations, the U.S. dollar weakened against its rivals, with the U.S. dollar index, DXY, dropping to a fresh weekly low below 102.00 in the early American session. As Wall Street's main indexes erased strong opening gains later in the session, the USD managed to erase its losses. Early Friday, the DXY holds steady at around 102.50. Meanwhile, U.S. stock index futures trade modestly higher and the 10-year U.S. Treasury bond yield holds comfortably above 4.1%. Following a spike above 1.1050 on Thursday, euro to US dollar lost its traction and closed the day virtually unchanged. The pair clings to small daily gains at around 1.1000 on Friday. US dollar to Japanese yen extended its uptrend into a fourth straight day on Thursday and registered its highest daily close in a month near 144.70. The pair stays in a consolidation phase in the European session on Friday and fluctuates in a tight channel slightly above 144.50. Gold price rose above $1,930 in the American session on Thursday but made a sharp U-turn, ending the day in negative territory near $1,910. Gold ounce per US dollar edged higher toward $1,920 on Friday as the 10-year US yield holds steady. Bitcoin advanced toward $30,000 after US inflation data but failed to preserve its momentum. BTC/USD stays on the back foot and trades below $29,500 in the European morning. Ethereum continues to move sideways near $1,850 for the third straight day on Friday. Key events this week: UK industrial production, GDP, Friday. U.S. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, PPI, Friday. Swank calls falling healthcare costs a red flag. Play 3:37. Watch, Diane Swank at KPMG talks about CPI figures. Some of the main moves in markets. Stocks. The Stocks Europe 600 fell 0.7% as of 10:04 a.m. London time. S&P 500 futures were little changed. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 0.2%. Futures on the Dow Jones Industrial Average were little changed. The MSCI Asia Pacific Index fell 0.7%. The MSCI Emerging Markets Index fell 0.9%. Currencies. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index was little changed. The euro rose 0.2% to $1.0998. The Japanese yen was little changed at 144.62 per dollar. The offshore yuan was little changed at 7.2487 per dollar. The British pound rose 0.2% to $1.2705. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin fell 0.2% to $29,374.70. Ether fell 0.2% to $1,845.67. Bonds. The yield on 10-year treasuries declined 2 basis points to 4.08%. Germany's 10-year yield advanced 3 basis points to 2.56%. Britain's 10-year yield advanced 9 basis points to 4.45%. Commodities. Brent crude was little changed. Spot gold rose 0.4% to $1,919.25 an ounce. In conclusion, we'd like to thank you for watching Breaking News, Market Analysis. If you enjoyed our insights and found the information helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel to stay updated with future analyses. Thank you again for your support, and we'll see you soon with more interesting news. Remember, the information in this video is purely informational and does not constitute investment advice. Always consult with a professional before making financial decisions.